obscene and ridiculous things the rich do with their money. Many people daydream about what it will be like to be rich, but it often seems that the lives of the truly rich are so alien to that out of ordinary people's lives, it is almost impossible to even imagine it. Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Smooth Lux channel, and today we'll be taking a look at some of the most ridiculous things that rich people do with their money. If you're someone who isn't rich, stay tuned as you're gonna be shocked at what rich people purchase with their money. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to our channel, and also don't forget to turn on the bell for the latest notifications. With that said, let's take a look at ridiculous things rich people buy. Shoot something rare and beautiful. You don't need to be rich to be a member of the Dallas Safari Club. You don't even need to be rich to attend their famous auctions, but if you want to bid on their star items, then you will need to bring the big checkbook. The Dallas Safari Club auctions off licenses to legally hunt and kill wild animals. The larger and rarer the animal, the higher the price. So, while a zebra will only set you back $10,000, if you want to bag yourself an almost extinct black rhino, you will need to shell out $350,000, which is fair because there are only around 100 of them left in the wild. The South African government currently sells the right to kill 0.5% of their total black rhino population per year. Last year, over 50,000 people attended the auction, at which members enjoyed a buffet meal whilst bidding for the opportunity to slaughter animals. To be fair, the auction caters for every taste and pocket. If you can't afford to kill a rhino or even a zebra, you might be able to afford a deer, a fox, or perhaps a sheep. And that's right, that well-known predator, the sheep. Wear a gold shirt. Some people like to keep their money in the bank, some people invest it, some people even stuff their money under a mattress, and some people decide to wear it. While it is not uncommon for people to buy expensive jewelry, Dada Pudge decided to go one better, and he had a shirt made from 14,000 links of 22-karat gold, which he accessorized with enormous gold chains and wrist cuffs. The shirt alone weighed over 10,000 pounds and was valued at $250,000. Pudge, who enjoyed the nickname the Gold Man, was a moneylender from the state of Maharashtra in India and was often seen wearing the shirt when doing about his business. Of lending money to poor people in 2016, Pudge was beaten to death by 12 assailants. Police speculated that the motive may have been a dispute over money. Astounding. Buy a cupboard. If you're furnishing your home, you might want to have a nice bit of furniture to make a statement. If you're super rich, of course, your statement piece is going to be a very big statement indeed. Ordinarily, buying a cupboard, even an expensive cupboard, wouldn't be seen as excessively extravagant. But if you bought the badminton cabinet, it would certainly qualify. In 2004, the cupboard sold to a private bidder for $36 million. The 18th century Florentine chest was made from the finest ebony and inlaid with amethyst, agates, and lapis lazuli among other stones. Named after the town in England, not because it is somewhere you keep your shuttlecock, the cabinet was bought by Prince Hans Adam II of Liechtenstein, the reigning monarch of Liechtenstein, who also happens to own his own bank. Nice. The question remains though is just, what do you keep in a $36 million cupboard? Your checkbook perhaps? Write your name in the sand. A day at the beach is normally a fairly cheap day out. With a few sandwiches and a bucket and spade, you can have hours of fun without spending a penny. You can swim, paddle, sunbathe, build sandcastles, or maybe write your name in the sand with a stick. When Hamad bin Hamdan Al Nahyan went to the beach in 2011, however, he decided that a stick just wouldn't do the job. If he was going to go the effort of writing his name in the sand, he was going to use something a bit better than a stick. And obviously, he was not going to do the carving himself. Hamad bin Hamdan Al Nahyan decided to have his name, thankfully for the local ecology, just his first name, carved into the sand in letters so big that you could see them from space. Each letter was half a mile tall, and the name covered 2 miles of the beach on his private island. The word could indeed be seen from space. However, in order to be visible at such a distance, the mechanical excavators that the Saudi prince used had to dig quite deeply into the sand. In fact, they were so deep that they formed canals. As the tide came in, water would flow from letter to letter. Like a very expensive water feature, ordinarily when the tide comes in, it washes away graffiti in the sand in a few minutes. His channels, however, seemed destined to stay. Hamad's name lasted a whole year until the excavators returned and filled the letters in again. We're amazed. And lastly, fly first class with your hat. There's nothing more annoying if you're rich than having to talk to strangers on a plane. Flying first class might get you away from the really strange people, but still, who wants to have to make a small talk with people you don't know? Most people just have to put up with the inconvenience of travel. But rich people have options. If you are, for instance, Bono, you could buy a second seat in the first class section and tell everybody that you bought it for your hat. Bono is famous for his hats, which he claims have iconic status. He once paid £1,000 to have his hat flown out to him when he left behind on a trip. The hat was given his own seat in the cockpit before being collected by a chauffeur and driven to a concert hall in Italy where Bono was appearing in a benefit concert to raise relief funds for homeless Iraqis. Usually, however, if he can't fly by private plane, he buys the hat its own seat so that he doesn't have to talk to people. Goodness knows what he does with the sunglasses. And there you have it. Thanks so much for watching.